everyone's doing well today. Today, we're going to talk to you all about why your credit limit might drop and what you need to do about it right now. Okay. Right now, based on the economy and a lot of things that's going on, a lot of banks are dropping credit limits. Okay. Here's what you can do about it right now. Okay. By the way, we get people that ask us all the time, can we help you with your credit report? Can we help you improve your credit score? We can help you do that, qualify for homeownership, and lower your car payment, just like we did with this client here. She went from a 657 to a 684. Scan that QR code right there on your screen to learn more. Okay. So, number one is going to be regularly use your credit card. Okay. Now, this does not mean that you are just going swipe crazy. Okay. This just simply means that you are changing your payment method. You're changing your payment method. That's all that you're doing. We're not doing any fancy stuff. A lot of times people they get caught up in getting gas, getting groceries. Is nothing wrong with that, but you have to understand that gas, groceries, those things have gone up. Okay, and since those things have gone up, it's got to make sense to you. Okay, it's got to make sense to you if you're going to do it. All right, so make sure that it makes sense to you guys as you're doing this. Okay, so again, you want to make sure that you're using your card regularly. Now, credit card issuers may decrease limits on credit cards that are infrequently used. So, some credit card companies have it where you need to use them at least 2 to 4 times a year. So, what I recommend you do is you consider making small, regular purchases, something like a subscription, like a Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, gym membership, something like that, right? Something that you can put on auto pay. Look at any of your bills that will have your credit card balance under 10%, preferably. Okay. Well, under 10%. That's what you want to do. Change the payment method, put it on auto pay. That's how you keep that account going. Okay. You need to keep the account active to demonstrate ongoing usage. Okay. Next is going to be maintaining timely payments. I know this sounds like first grade situation. Okay. I know that sounds like real like entry level credit stuff. Of course, Calvin, I'm going to make timely payments. Here's why I'm telling you this, because some of you all are making payments less than 30 days late. Are you all hearing me? Some of you all are not making your payments on time. It's not 30 days late, but it's not on time. Okay. You need to make sure it's on time. Consistently paying at least the minimum due on time showcases financial responsibility and reduces the risk of credit limit reductions. Okay. You need to make sure that you're paying at least the minimum on time. Okay. That's what we need to do. All right. Also, too, we are having I got a quick interview that's coming up here. So if you guys wanted to actually, if you're dealing with collections, if you're thinking about filing bankruptcy, if you are getting your wages garnished, things of that sort, I don't know where you are in your credit financial journey, but listen, this is a consumer lawyer and he's going to break down what happens if you don't pay collection companies. What are your legal rights? What things can companies do and not do? So if you've ever had questions about debt collectors, collection companies, bankruptcy. Listen, I'm telling you, you most definitely want to be in the building for this one. Okay. Registration is closing tonight for this one here. Registration is closing tonight. Don't worry. I'll bring this back up so you guys can see this, but scan this QR code. I'm going to put the link in the chat below as well. This is going to be tomorrow morning. So you most definitely, listen, you got to get in the building for that one. All right. But registration is closing tonight. Okay. Next. Now, the next thing is keeping your utilization low. Okay. Keeping your utilization low. For those who don't know, utilization is the balance divided by the limit. That's your utilization percentage. Utilization is pretty much your usage. How much of the credit card are you using? Okay. So you want to advise, you want to keep the credit limit, the credit utilization below 30% of the available limit. 30% of the available limit. Okay. That's what you need to do. Okay. High utilization can signal financial distress to issuers, potentially leading to limit reductions. So if you guys have a higher usage on the credit cards, they know that the risk is high, even though they're making the money from the interest. They also know that that the chances are high that you're going to end up losing the account. A lot of these banks don't want you to close the account. Okay, some of you all need to close your account. We'll say that for another video, but some of you all need to close your account. But for those of you who are like, hey, if I can make out a payment plan, a payment arrangement, whatever, I'm telling you, you most definitely want to get these balances down. It's going to cost you more in the long run. Okay. Next is going to be updating your income information. Updating your income information. Why is this important? Here's why. The banks and financial institutions, credit unions, they need to know that you still got a job. They need to know that your income has not changed. A lot of people have been laid off, let go. A lot of it has come from people being fired. We ain't gonna go into that. But the banks want to make sure that your income is still the same. Has your hours stayed the same? So regularly updating your income details with the credit card issuer can lead to higher credit limits. Now, as issuers may adjust the limits based on reported income. Okay. Because again, sometimes they check, they want to see. So listen, some of you all just simply log in to you. I've seen this with clients. They'll log into their credit card, like the back office to pay a bill or whatever. And I've seen screenshots. They're like, Calvin, they asked me about my income. What do I say? I'm like, tell them how much you make. The reason why some banks are asking what your income is because they want to make sure that your income hasn't changed. Because if your income has changed, guess what? If your income has gone down, if your hours have gone down, guess what? They more than likely are about to adjust your credit limit. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. Next, you want to communicate with your issuer. Let me move myself up on this a little bit here. So you want to communicate with your issuer. Okay. So in short, if a credit limit is reduced, contacting the issuer, this is the credit card issuer, to understand the reasons and requesting a reinstatement or increase can be beneficial. This is what this means. Just because the bank drops your credit limit doesn't mean that that's their final decision. A lot of times the computer is making these decisions. Let me say that again. Some of you all have a credit card. The limit just dropped, right? Or it's about to drop. You don't know it yet. Okay. If that does happen to you, just call the bank and just ask why it dropped. Sometimes they'll say, oh, the computer just did that, because remember, they don't want to lose you as a client. They don't want to lose you as a client. Okay. But if sometimes they may even ask you to provide evidence that you have an improved financial circumstance, your income has gone up, you may have added additional income, another source, things of that sort. So keep those things in mind. Just because they do it doesn't mean that that's the final decision. Okay. Just like humans, banks do the same thing. People make new decisions based on new information. Let me give you an example. Somebody wants you to drop them off at the airport. It's an hour away. First thing you're going to say is what? I know some of y'all going to say no. Say no. Listen, Uber, right? Or Lyft. Why are you asking me? It's an hour away. But then the person says, hey, listen, Uber says they're about 15 minutes away. And I'm going to give you $250 to take me to the airport. Now you have new information. Now you have new information. Okay. Now that you got new information, you're more than likely going to do what? Make a new decision. Okay. Banks do the same thing. Always know that. Okay. Next, you want to diversify your credit sources. What does this mean? This means relying on multiple credit sources reduces dependency on a single account. What does that mean? You need more than one credit card. I've been doing game plans all week, all last week. Y'all listen, y'all not playing around about y'all credit goals. I don't know what y'all been watching. I don't know what y'all been thinking about. Y'all are not playing. We are getting game plans left and right. Y'all people want home ownership. They're looking to improve their credit scores. I love it. But what I'm seeing a lot of on people's credit reports, they only got one credit card. I saw a girl's credit report the other day. She had no personal credit cards. They were all authorized users. So you got to have your own personal cards. This is why we're not adding debt, you all. I want to make sure we're clear on this. You just want to make sure that you have it. Because see, here's the thing. Let me break it down to you like this. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Let me say that again. It's better to have access to credit, access to a credit card, credit limits. It's better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it, right? That's the worst time. No, that's usually how credit works. The people that need it the most can't get it. And the people that don't need it at all, they're like, whatever, right? But either way, listen, you got to have multiple credit sources because, and that's what's going to help you do. It's going to mitigate the impact of a limit reduction on any one card. If you got one credit card, they lower your limit. You got one credit card, they close the account. You got one credit card, the store closes. That's a man. We need to talk about that. A lot of stores are about to close. What happens if you have a credit card with them? Man, let me write that down. Because I listen, y'all not gonna get this information nowhere else. Not in the bad. I'm sure you guys can, but if y'all want it the right way. So no, department store credit cards. We gotta do a video on that. There's a lot of stores closing. A lot of stores closing. What happens when these stores close and you got a credit card with them? Y'all gonna have to find out in the video. All right. But that's essentially what that process looks like. Okay. Let's keep going. Here's the thing, guys. I know some of you all have credit goals. And listen, if you keep watching this channel, you will accomplish your credit goals. We cover everything on this channel. But if you want to get there faster, somebody put faster inside the comment section. If you want to get there faster, I promise you, 850 Club is where you need to be. The 850 Club Elite. We're going to show you how to improve. Hold on. We're going to show you how to improve your credit score faster. Why? Because we're following up with you. You're in the community. We're going to show you how to qualify for homeownership. We're going to show you how to lower your car payments. Okay. Scan that QR code right there on your screen. I'm gonna put this link inside of the chat. And listen, speaking of the chat, we're about to get into the chat here in a little bit. I know you guys got some questions. Regina says faster. Zoombat says faster. That's the whole point. I want to help you guys get there faster. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to I'm going to show you all something that me and my wife saw yesterday. Oh man, horrible. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. You won't believe this. I know some of you all have seen this. This is devastating. Let me show you all something. For those who don't know, yesterday, let me move myself over to the side real quick. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday morning, in the Dominican Republic, people were at a nightclub and the roof collapsed. Over 160 people got hurt. And they confirmed that 124 people have died. A roof collapsed while they were at a concert. This just happened, by the way. Crazy, I know, right? Every day that you wake up is not only a blessing, it is an opportunity. Anything can happen to anybody. It's insane what goes on in the world. So you have to take advantage of what your time is. The faster you get somewhere, the faster you watch a video and implement what you learned, the faster that you read a book, right? The faster that you can get the information and take the next step, the longer you can enjoy it. We don't know when our number is going to be called. We don't know. But here's what I do know. The faster you get there, the faster you can enjoy it. The faster you get the house, the longer you can live in it. The faster you can get the car, the less you got to keep on trying to pay for this other car to get fixed. The faster you lower your car payment, the faster you can save money. I don't know why we act like we have infinite time. We don't. We don't. Someone is depending on you, even if you have sold yourself on, you know what, I'm gonna get to something, I'm gonna get to this in 5 years, I'm gonna get to this in 10 years. What about your family? What about your kids? I know, listen, you could tell your kids a lie when they see that Disney commercial. You could tell them whatever you want to tell them, but eventually when they get older, they're gonna find out why they didn't go to Disney World. Now, I'm just using it as an example, but here, let's go into a credit example. Eventually, they're going to find out why you kept driving that car that was unreliable. Eventually, they're going to find out why every time you went to the dealership, it took hours for you to get approved or for you to hear something say, well, man, son, that's just how it is when you go to the dealership. No, that's how it is when you go to the dealership. You got to be real with yourself. Y'all not being real with yourself. You're not being real. You got to be real. You got to call a spade a spade. They don't call it hearts. They don't call it clubs. Diamonds are everything. Diamonds are nice. Diamonds are forever. They don't call it diamonds. They call it spades. You got to call a spade a spade. You got to be real with yourself. Now, I'm not trying to push you to do anything. That's up to you. My videos are going to be here. I'm just saying because you know it's and I posted this on in the post the other day. I posted this on my Facebook as well too. I was reading. This is just me reading, and I read something that says the reason why you aren't where you want to be, or the reason why you're not getting there faster, is because you're making decisions too slow. Something real simple. Let me show y'all some people who didn't decide to make a decision too slow. They said, Calvin, listen, we've been putting this off for a while. But one thing for sure, no matter how long we put this off, our landlord keeps going up on this rent. The landlord keeps going up on the rent. I said, y'all do know there's a way out of that situation. They said, Calvin, what's the way out? We got to go into homeownership. Well, Calvin, my friend said that right now is not a good time to buy. Does your friend own a home? No, my friend don't own a home. Then why are you asking why are you asking a non-homeowner homeowner advice? I want you all to hear this. Why are you asking someone that doesn't own a home what they think about home ownership? That doesn't mean the person can't help you. I'm just saying, can the person that you all keep asking questions to, can the person that you're saying, hey, before they open their mouth in that particular category. Now, if they are a great cook and you want to learn to cook, get that advice. Get that advice. If they can do something else very well, get that advice. Some people so I'm not saying some people don't want to see you win, but some people don't know themselves. They're going off of what's on TV all the time. Everybody ain't lost their job. Interest rates actually haven't been bad. So again, here's another way of looking at it. This is just home ownership in general. You're already paying rent. It's not like going from not paying to paying. Some people are going from not paying to paying. You're gonna have to do that anyway. If you're staying at your mom's house, your friend's house, your family's house, or whatever kind of, some of y'all got situationships, some of y'all got cash app relationships. I am not here to judge. You do you. Okay. But here's what I am gonna say is that listen, we need to make decisions faster. Okay. So the next time you watch a video and you hear something, don't just say, "Oh, that was good." Next time you at church and the pastor says something great, you say, "Oh man, that was good. Wasn't that good?" Turn to your neighbor and say, "Neighbor, all that sounds great." Some of you all are addicted to information and allergic to execution. We execute in the 850 Club Elite. Some of y'all not ready for the 850 Club Elite because we actually put a goal in place and then we put a timeline on this goal. I just thought of something today. The elite's not even ready for it. I got about 4 or 5 different things the elite don't even know what's coming. Revolutionary, game changer. Y'all gonna see it. Anyway, that's them. And I know some of you all are saying, well, Calvin, listen, you talk about the same people. You talking about the same people. I've been watching you for 3 days straight. You've been talking about the same people. I know some of y'all gonna say that. That's why I got somebody else new. See, here's what I want you all to understand. I've been helping people accomplish their credit goals since 2012. I helped over 100 people locally. Well, not even locally. A lot of them, some people was out of state too. Um, this was before the YouTube channel didn't start until 2015. This is when people start asking questions on Facebook and social media, and they kept asking questions. I said, listen, I need you all to watch a video. That way I could just answer everybody's question at the same time. And I said, let me put this somewhere. Let me put this on YouTube or something. That's how the YouTube channel started. Either way, this young lady said, listen, she says, I want to buy a home. My coworkers are telling me that I'm getting too old. Can you believe that? Insane. She's a homeowner now. She's a homeowner now. She followed the steps. She went through the process, right? Then she got pre-approved. Then she went through weeks of looking for a home, got her offer accepted, homeowner. It's that simple. Anybody that tells you anyone that tells you buying a home is difficult does not know what they are talking about. Anyone that says that qualifying for home ownership is hard, they do not know what they are talking about. Getting a home is easier than getting a credit card. Yes. People get denied for credit cards all the time and don't know why. It don't make any sense. They say, oh, well, you got too many inquiries. Stop. Y'all don't care about inquiries. It's like, oh, well, anything. Listen, with a home, no one gets denied for a home without knowing why. No one gets denied for a home. No one on planet Earth gets denied for a home and they don't know why. Now, there are some trash lenders out here, some trash agents out here. And you be done messed around, went to a trash agent, and then a trash agent, they gonna send you to a trash lender. And then before you know it, you like, man, I thought buying a home was easy. Right activity, wrong team. Somebody put in the chat, wrong team. You talking to the wrong team. You created the wrong team. You making the wrong team. Right activity, wrong team. Right activity saying, hey, I want to buy a home. I want to do X, Y, Z. Your money's going to be going somewhere. No matter what you think about homeownership, you paying to stay somewhere. Okay. You're going to pay to stay somewhere. Here's what I do know. You're building equity. You're building equity. But hey, what do I know? Oh, man. Oh, man. Listen, can we lower somebody's car payment? Listen, if you are tired of paying a high car payment, if you're tired of paying a high car payment, listen, watch this. Oh, man. Where's the John at? John, if you're in here, I haven't gotten to the chat yet because I know the chat's going crazy right now. I'm about to catch up. Don't worry, about to catch up. I'm trying to help some people. Can I help some people today? I'm just trying to help some people. Now, there's somebody watching this that said, man, here go Calvin telling us about his elite again. Here's why I'm telling you about the elite, because I care. Watch this. Here's my thing. I'm not telling you to buy some t-shirt. I'm not knocking a t-shirt. I'm just saying, for example, I'm not telling you just go buy some t-shirt. I'm not saying go buy some ticket somewhere where you kind of hope to get value. This is instant value. I'm showing people how to lower their interest. Do y'all see that interest rate? He went from 18% interest to 10% interest. His payment went from a $948 a month to $814 a month. I'm showing you how to save $130 a month. Who else is showing you how to save some money? I'm sure some. $130 a month, though? Who else is showing you how to lower your car payment? That's a better question. Who? Check this out. Dealership is calling you right now. Some of y'all getting phone calls from the dealership right now. They're telling you to trade in your car. Okay? Listen, most people are calling you to say, hey, let's go spend money. Let's go to the club. Let's go spend money. Let's go to the mall. Let's go spend money. Let's go to this party. Let's go spend money. Let's go out of town. Let's go spend money. There's nothing wrong with that. Go spend your money. I'm going to say, hey, listen, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Somebody put that in the comments. It's about how much you keep. It's about how much you keep. It's about how much you keep. Some of you all are not keeping enough money. You telling everybody, oh, I make 80,000, I make 50,000, I make 100,000. How much are you keeping? It don't mean anything if all your money going out the window. You're not building any equity. You're not ready for retirement. I look at the numbers. The average age person that's watching me is 35 plus. Because I'm 35 plus. Listen, we are getting older. Time is undefeated. Y'all need to accept this. We need to be on top of our finances. I'm about to bring y'all more than credit because we're getting older. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Credit is that's the foundation. We're gonna always have that. But in the 850 Club Elite, we getting deeper than this. We about to start talking about retirement. We gotta get ready, man. We gotta get ready. Listen, Social Security is not gonna be enough. Why do y'all think it's gonna be enough? 401k is not gonna be enough. We need to make sure we save in every single penny, not to penny pinch, not to be frugal. You could do that if you want to, but I'm saying, why pay more if you don't have to? That's stupid. Now, I'm not saying that anybody is stupid. I'm just saying, like, if your score qualifies for more, and then you know that you can get a better lower payment. See, most people, they don't know that they can get a lower payment. But if you know you can get a lower payment and you choose to go with the higher payment, then something's wrong. We have a bigger issue. That doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. So again, people are saying, hey, let's go take this flight. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Right. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. But I promise you, your hotel room can be better if your car payment is lower. I promise you that you can get better shoes. You can get a better car. You could do more things. Well, in this case, it is a car. I promise you. Listen, you go into the basketball game. I promise you can get a better seat if your car payment is lower. It's about how much you keep. Some of y'all bragging about making six figures, 80,000, 50,000, whatever you make in a year, 150, 200K, 300K. We got some heavy hitters, and just so y'all know, we got some millionaires watching this channel. I get some emails. I've been talking to people. I'm like, we got a guy right now. He's getting a brand new house built in Virginia. Well, he wants a brand new home built in Virginia. Income's over 800,000. Works for a major tech corporation. I ain't gonna put too much of his business out there. We got somebody making over 800,000. Crazy. Watching this channel. Probably watching right now. They love what I'm talking about because they know what I'm talking about is true. It's about how much you keep. The question is, how much are you keeping? See, everybody telling you not to pay your collections. Everybody telling you to get a high limit credit card. Go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. How much are you keeping? See, we got to have we got to see a lot of times we go so fast, right? Don't let social media speed you up. Don't let social media get you in a situation that you can't afford to be in. You better slow down. Some of y'all going to feel it. But anyway, let's get into these comments, man. It's a long night. Man, y'all still up in here? Something must be wrong with you. Something got to be wrong with y'all if y'all still up in here tonight. That means y'all are here for some information. Y'all are here not just for information, but listen. I need you all to. I need more success stories, man. I need you all. Y'all are not keeping me in the loop with what y'all accomplishing. Which here, this is what some of y'all doing. Y'all being greedy. Y'all come here. Y'all watch the video. Y'all accomplish your goal, and you don't tell us nothing about it. Some of y'all qualifying for homes. I don't find out about it. Y'all paying down y'all debts. Y'all credit scores going up. Please keep me in the loop. Please tell me how we've helped you. It goes a long way. All right. But I do appreciate you all being here. Let's get into it. Travis Benjamin's in the house. Appreciate you being here, Travis. Travis been watching us for years. Travis, listen, Travis been rocking with us since we had the office space. Well, I'm sorry, since we had the team that was working inside the office. Now everybody's working from home and such. So Travis goes way back. Appreciate you being here, Travis. Risa's in the house. Y'all know Risa's a veteran. Appreciate you being here, Risa. Nicholas, what's up, brother? Appreciate you being here. What's going on, everyone? All right, Zoom back. What's up, Calvin? Elite is in Elite. Where y'all at? Where y'all at, man? Elites. Where y'all at, man? Let's get up in here. Let's get up in here. Elite is up in here. Risa says, "Hey Calvin, I just made a settlement." See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all see how this language is changing around here? Let's go. I just made a settlement with a company that popped back up on my credit report. But I was wondering, by doing a settlement, would that still drop your score? No, great question. Settlements do not drop your score. If anything, you most definitely want to do the settlement, but ask for a pay for delete. The biggest thing is getting it removed from the credit report. If it got removed and came back, chances are it was disputed. So that's another thing too. Sometimes we dispute something, it's about to get removed, and then you actually did a settlement with that company, and they probably was looking to remove it, and then since it was gone, they said, "Oh, we got to do," and it comes back because it probably was disputed. So just call a company and ask them see if they can remove it. Most companies can. Okay. Most can, but it doesn't. But settlements have no effect on your credit score itself. It's the account being removed that we're looking for. Okay. Jillian's in the house. Appreciate you being here. All right. And then the Travis says, "Is it O'Hare?" Right? Unless that's what Southside people always ask. Is it O'Hare? Because if you stay out west, O'Hare ain't that bad of a drive. Jillian says, "We are listening to you." Ali says, "Amen." Jillian says, "Facts." Gillian wants, oh, all right. Elite is, listen, Elite is in the house, man. Ali. Oh, Ali. I had an issue with the audio with that video. So here, just look out for your video. I gotta send that to you, but there was an issue with the audio, so I had to fix that. So, but don't worry, you'll be getting that here. I would say no later than tomorrow for sure. Zoombat says, he says that would be angry debt, right? Ali says, "How do I get that member badge?" The member badge. Oh, that was for the 90-day home buying challenge. Yeah, that was for the 90-day home buying challenge. We may have to make something else though. A lot of people been asking about that badge too, especially when we first started. So like for he's talking about, well, elite. I'll tell you what he's talking about, but yeah, that's I think that's for the 90-day home buying challenge. But we may have to make an elite badge out here, man. We have to do that. So keep us posted. Regina says, "Listen, she's trying to get there faster." Zoombat says he's trying to get there faster. Travis says, "Write this down. We are getting there faster." Apostle Jones in the house. Blessings, Sir Calvin. Yes, the store cards will close as well. Listen, you better tell them, Apostle Joan. So here, this is what I was talking. Well, here, I'll say that like the full detail for another video. Short version is if the department store closes, the credit card closes as well. Okay, you can't use it anymore. Here's the problem though. You still, if you have a balance, you still got to pay it. You ain't got to pay it all in full, but you still got to make monthly payments. You just can't swipe anything additional to that. Nicholas says, "I heard about that. Man, that's heartbreak." Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. Apostle Jones said, "Yeah, I saw many died and many more got hurt." It's some crazy stuff, man. You can't listen at, come on, at a nightclub. Like it makes you just think, like, wow, like I'm telling you, it's a blessing that we're here, man. But we gotta take advantage of it. We gotta take advantage of it. Don't get me wrong, you're gonna have plenty of time to relax. I was telling my son this earlier today. You're gonna have plenty of time to relax. I'd rather you work hard now so you can play for the rest of your life. If you work hard early, you can play for the rest of your life. But if you play early, if you out here playing, some of y'all out here playing, y'all playing when y'all was in y'all teenage years. That's when you do that. You playing when you got in your 20s. That's when you messing around. You playing in your 30s. Some of y'all playing in y'all 40s. It's just gonna get harder. It's just gonna get harder, right? Facts. The floods here, Memphis, were horrific. Wow, did not know that. Wow, I gotta check on my people in Memphis. I did not know that. Wow. Nicholas says, "That's a fact, Calvin. Every day is a blessing." Apostle Jones says, "Of course, you don't know one day from next what happened. Utilize your time here well. Implement what you are learning quickly." And guys, this has what me and what Apostle Jones just said. We're not just talking. This ain't about credit. I want to be clear. I want to be clear, right? If you can make it to your kids' games, if you can make it to the event, the wedding, the family reunion, if you can do these things, like y'all got to be living life, man. You got to live it. This is one time. This is one time. Uh-oh. Apostle Jones, she out here breaking down verses. She says, "A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children." We need to teach the young people fast. 1,000%. You better believe it. Regina said, "Listen, appreciate you, Regina." She says, "Listen, remember to hit that like button on the live. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe." Y'all know I sure be forgetting that, but y'all be on top of it. Appreciate that, Regina. All right. Risa says, "Faster." Okay. Apostle Jones says, buy your own home fast and in a hurry. I was looking at a property, 3 beds, 2 baths. I called the realtor within a few days. It went up 90. That woo, man, I'm telling you. Listen, this is real. That's real life. Here's what happened. All it takes is one house within a quarter mile. Okay, one house within a quarter mile, at least within Chicago. Because, like, if it's in a heavy populated area, a quarter mile is pretty reasonable. But most people got to go to half a mile, maybe a mile. Again, if there's one house that sells within a quarter mile, that changes the value of all the homes. Okay. So it can happen. It most definitely can happen. Wesley says, hey, Calvin, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. You already know Nick from the Elite is here in the building. R Lake is in the house. Where you been at, R Lake? We've been missing you, man. Apostle Jones says, listen the word. She says, love your neighbor. Don't slap your neighbor. Or yeah, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here, sir. Apostle says, yep, my friend told me I'm too old. I said, anytime is a good time. You better believe it. Risa says, it's the wrong team. Listen, some of y'all talking to the wrong people, man. For real. And again, because they don't know what they don't know, they telling you from something that they don't heard from one of their friends that don't know what they're talking about. From what they don't know what they're talking about. Okay. Nicholas says wrong team, right? Regina says right activity, wrong team. You say you want to buy a house, you start telling certain people, whatever the case may be. And listen, we are looking for solutions. We're not looking for excuses in 2025. We're looking for solutions in 2025. If I tell you my problem, I'm looking for a solution. I'm not looking for you to come to complain with me. I'm not looking for you to drag this out. I'm not looking for the chit chat. I'm not looking for the fluff. I'm looking for a solution. When my son comes to me and he says, Dad, this, and I said, well, I'm going to come up with a solution. He says, oh, why do I need to do that? This is the solution. We're not just going to sit up in here and just cry about this all day. I'm going to give you a solution. Okay. But in order for you to get the solution, guess what you must have? You must have a problem. Some of you all have a problem, but you haven't identified the problem. You don't even want to talk about the problem. You just want to just ignore it. You can't ignore it. You can't be naive to this. But we have to say, okay, this is a problem. The way I'm using my credit card is a problem. The way my credit score is dropping, that's a problem. Okay. The way that listen, I'm telling you, if you're in a dealership all day for hours, that's a problem. If you always need a cosigner, that's a problem. If you always got to put money down, that's a problem. In most cases, money down is a luxury. Okay. Now, just because you don't have to put money down, I mean, you don't want to. But again, the people that don't have to put money down, like a lot of them that don't have to, they still do it. But some of you all are forced to put down 5K, 10K because the bank don't trust you. The bank does not trust you. That is a problem. Every time you try to get an electricity bill or utility bill in your name, they need a deposit. That's a problem. They don't trust you. Okay. Paying double-digit interest rates on these cars. That's a problem. That's a problem. Risa said it's about how much you keep. Nick said it's about how much you keep. Apostle Jones says it's about how much you keep. Risa says so true. We can't be out here making all this money. Listen, some of y'all, listen, many of you all have touched the hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. It means nothing if we're not keeping a good portion of that. Apostle Jones says refinancing is always better. You better believe it. You can buy now, refinance. Listen, rates go up and down. Don't get caught up in a lot. Then some of the hype. Some of the stuff is hype. Some of the stuff is hype, but you still need to make sure you're in the best position possible. Mike says you better get a Roth IRA. Stay on top of your taxes. Tell him, Mike. Listen, we got to get everybody ready, man. The problem is a lot of times people try to do this stuff when they're in their 60s, their 50s. We got to jump on this stuff early. My 40-year-olds, we got to jump on this stuff early. My 30-year-olds, we need to jump on this stuff early. My 20-year-olds, I know y'all don't want to hear me, but y'all need to jump on this stuff early. Get it out the way. It's going to be easier. I'm telling you. Otherwise, you're going to be working to live and living to work. I'm telling you, better be on top of this. Better be on top of this. Okay. D Nice is over here laughing. For real. The Travis says, listen, Chris Travis here. Oh, okay. What's going on, Chris? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being you. Listen, Chris, she had a lot of questions. I said questions. A lot of questions inside of the A50. Don't say a lot. But she came in, listen, taking advantage. Y'all better take advantage, man. As soon as y'all jump into the A50 Elite, y'all should be tagging me. y'all should be saying, man, listen, I got a question. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now I got actually it's a lot of notifications. I got like 60 notifications. Y'all going crazy now. This is perfect. Jillian says, hey, now what's going on? Joy is in the building. Listen, I'm gonna brag on Joy for a little bit. Y'all do know Joy, her credit score is not only going up, she has a goal of home ownership, but y'all do know she getting closer to home ownership. I'm waiting on her to tell me when the scores get to where we need them to be. I'm waiting on her to tell me. I ain't putting up business out there. Just know y'all got some future homeowners that are inches away, right? Mike says, how much you spending? You better believe it. How much you keeping? That's what it's about. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Right. Chris Travis in the house. Excited to be in the elite too. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. Listen, we finna be accomplishing goals here. We finna be accomplishing goals this year. All right. Antoine Gates, what's going on, Calvin? Elite is in the building. Right. Appreciate you being here, sir. Regina says, I watched the video recently where they said to open a checking account with Amex, but it's only for card holders. I did open the savings and the CD though. There's nothing wrong with that. And let me tell you something. Amex is a really good company. So even if you well, of course, I really don't talk about my personal stuff a lot of times, but I have an account with Amex, and of course they do talk about having that it's a business account. So they talk about having a business checking account, things that they're really pushing checking accounts in general. Um I don't know if you can get a checking account without having a credit card with them. I'm not 100% sure, but you're most definitely in their ecosystem. And they're pretty flexible. Once you get around 650, 670, 680, that's when they're gonna trust me, they'll reach out. You'll start to see stuff in the mail. And Amex has a soft pull pre-approval. So you can always apply for them, even if you get denied. It's not the end of the world. Okay. But I would say once you get like 650, 670, 680, you can most definitely apply for them. The higher the better. Okay, keep me posted on that. Risa says, so true. I tried to tell my daughter-in-law that she needs to start listening to you because you have all the facts and answers to a lot of questions. I appreciate that, Risa. I don't, man, here's the thing. I've learned so much over the years just from my own experiences and clients that I've seen and just all the thousands of credit reports that I've seen. And it's nothing I haven't seen. But the thing is that a lot of a lot of the younger generation, they want the shortcut. They want to snap their finger. They want it to be done. But if you don't know how it's done, you can't teach your kids that. So that means if you take the shortcut, you got to teach the entire family the shortcut because they don't know the regular way. But then if the shortcut doesn't work anymore, now everybody's just gonna be just throwing jello on the wall, seeing what's gonna stick. It's not gonna work. Gotta have a strategy. Okay. Travis. Okay. Chris says, she said, we gonna get them notifications up. I know that's right. Caleb says my video's freezing in and out. Oh man, it's always something with this, right? For sure. Joy says soon. I got you. Listen, Joy, don't worry. I'm gonna stay on you. I'm gonna stay on you, Joy. Don't you worry. All right. So your Skinner says, man, Cave says, because of balance transfers, I've never paid interest on credit cards. Woo, he out here giving gems now. Y'all do know. Listen, it's some heavy hitters up in here, man. We got some strong 700 scores up in here, man. I'm not the only one up in here that's got a good credit score. Okay. I'm talking about people up in here got their stuff on point. Here, scores are gonna fluctuate. So it's not about a score like who's better than who's higher than who, or anything like that. It's more so the habits that they have, how they do things, how they spend their money, right? How they do certain things. How do they maintain those scores? Y'all see that, Jim? He said, listen, I'm always transferring my balances. I have my balance with a card. I open another card, I transfer that. He says, listen, I don't pay no interest. Oh, that's a whole nother video, man. That's a whole nother video. I haven't done that video in a while. Virginia says, it said you have to be a current card holder for the checking account. There it is. There it is then. Yep. There it is then, Regina. That's what it seems is more than likely gonna stay too. So, but keep me posted but don't worry, like I said, 650 plus, 680 plus, you'll most definitely get there for sure. Sledge is in the house. Use the apply with confidence tool with American Express before you apply if you're not sure. There you go. There's the hack. Look at that. This is the man of many hacks. Mr. Do Your Research is in the building. Sledge Inc. team. Listen, me and him done so many videos, man. Go watch. First off, make sure y'all go watch our videos, man. The first one we did, let me tell you, this is actually a secret. I told the elite this not long ago. If you all watched the first interview that me and Sledge did 2 years ago, I was so sick. A lot of people can't tell I was in the video. I tried my best to play it off. I was so sick. Me and Sledge did the interview, and during the interview, I had to stop. I had to go. I had to like just take like a break. That's what I'm gonna say. This is the first time me and Dante met. Like, it's horrible. I felt so bad. This man waited like 15 minutes, and then I came back into the camera and we finished the interview. That was the first interview we did, and it went crazy. Horrible. Dante, you remember that? If you still here, I know you remember that, man. That's crazy. That was the first video we did. Yeah, I know some of y'all gonna be looking for that video. Like, Calvin was sick. Yeah, man, I was horribly sick. Okay. Regina says, I'm calling for a consultation tomorrow. We got you, Regina. Listen, come on. Come on, Regina. Let's get these goals where you need to be. Come on now. Mike says, join a credit union. You have heard of, he says, have you ever heard of a credit union going under? You haven't. You haven't. You know what? There have been some credit unions that have had some issues, but not to like where it's a bank situation. It's usually because of like something that's outside of their control. For example, like the US Aid, they had like an employees credit union. Obviously, if there's no more US Aid employees, there's no need for a credit union. So, and then some they get tied to some other stuff, but not because of their finances or something like that. So I most definitely hear you there for sure. Zumbat says, I have to roll out, family. He says, Daddy, daughter time. See you all tomorrow. Appreciate you being here, sir. Greatly appreciate you, sir. Faze Sway says, my wife has a 730 credit score and cannot get approved for an auto loan without a high interest rate. Do you think it might be her credit profile and not the score? Yeah, it could be light. What I would recommend is see if your banks have something. Also, too, depends on the kind of car she's looking at too. If you get a car if you get a car, if you're looking at a car that's like over 5 years old, that's when the interest rates start getting into double digits. Because interest rates are already kind of fuzzy right now. So I would say anything that's like 4 or 5 years old, you're gonna be in the double digits. And then also too, what's the definition? What's your definition of high? My definition of high is like 15% plus. Double digits, you really don't, you want to try to avoid double digits, obviously. So double digits really, but 15% or more is most definitely a high situation. Otherwise, you got to go with like a newer vehicle. That's what I would recommend is a newer vehicle. Though that plays a role. Also, too, if the vehicle has like a lot of miles on it, they most definitely gonna hit you with the interest rate too. But it may be time to just build a relationship with a credit union or see what do you all have think about what banks you have your direct deposit going into and stuff like that. So, and just kind of see if you do that. You can also try the Capital One Auto Navigator. Capital One Auto Navigator. It's a free tool. It's a soft pull, and they let you know how much you can get approved for. Now, Capital One, though, I mean, let me tell y'all something. Capital One actually does. They do have low interest rate products. They just don't promote them. Like they really don't promote them. I've seen Capital One beat out dealership rates. I've seen a lady get 0.9% through Capital One for an auto loan. Yes. Okay. So they just don't promote because it's no money there. They make more money on the higher interest rates. That's where the money's at for them. Okay. Sledge says, I definitely remember that. I asked if you want to reschedule. Horrible. Hey, but we killed that interview though. That's crazy. We still trying to beat that. I got to get sick again. We still trying to beat those numbers, man. We've been trying hard. Mike says one credit union in my area some years ago did go under, but it was embezzlement. Yeah, it's always something like that. But usually not because of, I get what you're saying. Like it's usually just not like they're just going out of business like these banks be doing. Credit unions most definitely have a much tighter process for sure. But either way, guys, listen, if you want to accomplish your credit goals this year, if you guys are looking to accomplish your credit goals this year, go ahead and scan that QR code right there on your screen. All right. So hold up. I don't move the whole thing out the way. Now I move that. Let me hide that. Oh, here, let me go back actually. So here, check this out. Registration is closing tonight, guys. Let me show you guys this. Let me stop sharing this. Let me go back and let me pull this up here. So registration is closing tonight, everyone. So this is the interview. Let me move this. Let me move myself. This is it here. So don't forget tonight registration is closing tonight. We're going to be doing an interview tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. If you have debt collectors calling you, if you owe any debt collectors, charge offs, bankruptcy, chapter 7, chapter 13, right? Wage garnishment, all those things. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow. Not only are we going to be talking about it, you stick around, he's going to stick around and answer a few questions. Now, the elite is growing like crazy. So this is going to get more and more difficult for our guests. But anyway, you gotta be there if you want your questions. I know some of you got listen. I know because we got our jobs, we got scheduled stuff. I try to get these at different times for everybody. No matter what time I do it, ain't nobody happy. So I mean, I won't say ain't nobody happy, but there's always at least it just doesn't it won't work out for someone we know. But don't forget, you'll be able to watch the replay. Okay, so here, so for everyone that's joining the elite, I just want to kind of get you prepped. I want to get you prepped on what you need to do. Okay, first thing you need to do. Let me go and share this real quick. So when you get inside the 850 Club Elite, this is what it's going to look like. Okay. You see that right there where it says Power Talk, Consumer Lawyer. It's happening in 11 hours. You click this to get registered for tomorrow. You must be registered. You must be registered. Registration closes tonight. It closes in the next hour. I'll try to send you guys another reminder in the morning, but that's the best I can do. Okay. But either way, you guys see here, we're getting questions answered. We're getting questions answered. People coming into the 850 Club Elites. That see, look at that. People listen. People are putting in their goals. They're putting in their goals, lowering their car payments. We're gonna make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Check this out. You know, another thing I love too is if you listen, watch this. Watch this. Let me move this over here real quick. Don't worry, we wrapping up because I know some. Listen, check this out. Look, isn't it cool? Where is this at? Why is it doing that? There we go. All right, then we're gonna move this over. Check this out. This is where many of you guys are living and staying. I wonder why it's looking like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is who's in the 850 Club Elites. Y'all see who's in the 850 Club Elite? We are in here deep. We are in here deep. Okay, we are in here deep. All right. I had no idea that Chicago had so many people that was like near the area. Like y'all really nearby. We got, of course, Michigan in the house. We got Georgia. Georgia's always repping hard. California's been rocking with us hard. New York, near Washington, as well. Of course, Texas has been rocking with us as well too. We got everybody everywhere inside the 850 Club Elite, and of course down there in Florida. Y'all been rocking with us for a minute. Okay, so greatly appreciate you guys being here per usual. But here, let me go back into this part here. Let me see here. Oh, let me just go back. Okay. So when you go into the classroom section, you're going to see right here where it says, I want to increase my credit score. Okay. It's going to show you everything you need to do to improve your credit score. I want to lower my car payment. I want a personal loan. I want to increase my credit score of rental history. I want to get funding for my business. I want to get removed as a co-signer. Don't forget about our credit to cash flow. Credit to cash flow, right? So we talked about business credit and business funding for 1 hour. It was 20 minutes on the conversation, 40 minutes answering questions. We try to make sure everybody get their questions answered. Y'all see these notifications? This is how many questions and tags I'm getting stuff about. Okay, so again, keep them coming. I need y'all to keep me busy. This is what I do on a regular basis. But anyway, let's get back up in here. Share this tab instead. So either way, guys, registration is closing for that tonight. Scan that QR code right there on your screen. And I'm going to put the link back inside the chat. And you guys got a little bit of time to get up in there. Okay. Either way, guys, let me see here. Let's see here. They still go. He said, apparently when I delete my replies, they still go through. Sorry for duplicate. No, it's all good. Okay. J Rob says, only 2 of us in Washington State. I got to spread the news. Tell him, Jay. Tell him, Jay. All right, then, guys. Listen, I'm not going to hold y'all up. I greatly appreciate you guys this evening. Listen, I'm going to see you all tomorrow. Listen, if you want to be in the building for this event, you got to be up in here. Some of you all know someone that's going through bankruptcy or that's considering bankruptcy, or they're talking about what is life going to be after bankruptcy. Okay. Listen, they need to be up in there tomorrow so they can know how to rebuild out of this situation. Or if you guys are contemplating bankruptcy, you need to know before you make that final decision. Registrations closes tonight. Okay. So you can get those questions answered. I did move this interview up in the schedule. It will be on YouTube, but probably in about 3 or 4 weeks. Okay. If you don't want to wait that long, you got to get into the 850 Club Elite. But either way, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, Apostle Jones says, what time is it going to be tomorrow? Actually, no, I'm sorry. You sure can't see that. Let me hide you. So right, it is going to be 9:15 a.m. Central Time. 9:15 a.m. Central Time. So here, check this out though. Check this out. If you're not able to catch it, it's going to be here. It's only going to be in the elite. So we go. So what you do is, this is what the elite looks like. You come into the community, you click on classroom at the top. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. You click on classroom at the top. Once you get there, then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. Okay, and you're gonna see where it says Power Talk. You click on Power Talks. Then this is going to show you all of the Power Talks. Okay, this key interview, y'all still haven't seen it. This is coming out in like I think 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. I got the schedule somewhere, but this is coming out in like 3 or 4 weeks. Y'all haven't seen it yet. This one right here, Sean. Listen, we had to do a re-edit. So some of y'all, 500 of y'all was able to catch it, but we had to do a re-edit. But either way, this is coming back out. Listen, they already seen this. This is old to the elite. They already seen these interviews. Okay, he spent 20 minutes in the interview. Let me zoom in on it. He spent 20 minutes on the interview and 40 minutes answering questions. Man, so if you guys listen, if you guys are looking to have business funding and buy real estate, man, multi-million-dollar real estate investor. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Yes, 9:15 Central Time. 9:15 Central Time. Thanks, Jillian. All right, cool. We'll see you guys there tomorrow. Have a good one.